Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about salt spreaders, and I'll tell you why in a little bit here. But we're going to talk some disadvantages and advantages to every style. So we're going to start off with what I assume to be the most expensive. I can't really tell you, but that would be a tailgate bed spreader for a dump truck. So let me grab my flashlight here, because it's a little dark in here. But so there's your spinner, and then that whole piece right there pins onto the truck like so, and you load up your bed with salt, and then you have your control box in here, and that's how you run it. So there's some advantages and disadvantages to that. One advantage is you can haul a lot more salt in that truck. Disadvantage, gotta have a dump truck. Like I said, I assume that's probably the most expensive. So that's, I guess, a disadvantage depending on how you look at that. And the only other disadvantage that I can say for sure on that type is you guys know salt is no good for metal, and you gotta load that thing up. Now, it's really not that big of a deal because salt's not in there that long, especially if you wash the truck out. But anyway, that's pretty much what I know about that one from my experiences using it. Now, these ones, like in this truck, they've got, you can get a spreader like this in every flavor of plow you want. Western makes them, Fisher makes them, Salt Dog makes them, Meyer makes them. I would venture to say if they make a snow plow, if they make a spreader, they're probably already a plow company or associated with one in some way. So this is what we have. We used to have a different one. This is like a 1 yard hopper. And there's, like I said, I'll get into this as I'm going, but there's so many varieties. You can get these in metal. You can get them in bigger hoppers. You can get electric. That's what this is, and that's got its advantages. You can get a gas-powered one. You can get them with, like this one has. It's down in here, but a Vibe motor. We got to wash these trucks, so. So some of the advantages to this is obviously you don't need a dump truck. You could put it in a dump truck. You could put it on a flatbed. You could do pretty much anything you got to do. You can haul that in a utility bed if you want. This one is auger fed, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Yep, so there's an auger down in there. And let me pull my flashlight out here. So, and there's supposed to be a screen on that, but we took it off because that one's a bit of a turd and we have to shovel it out, which brings me to a disadvantage. That truck, you can clear out the gate. You fold down the, here, I'll show you quick. You fold this piece down, you pull these pins and fold that down, and you can dump this entire bed out. That one, you either have to run it to get it to dump, or you have to shovel it out. Like if you get a clog and this thing won't undo, you got to shovel it. This is kind of a stupid system. You got to put a wrench up inside the chute. You have to pull this off, and it's a pain. Now, ones that are less of a pain are, and you can get these in steel and poly. The Western and Fisher ones for sure have a bed chain in them. And this, some of you guys know, like manure spreaders, they just have a chain. It runs and makes a big loop, basically a conveyor belt, and it brings it out, and it brings it out in a controlled amount. You open a door, and these all have a way to meter the salt. Those don't. But anyway, you can, they work. Kind of forgot where I was going with that, to be honest with you, but there's bed chains and augers. They have advantages and disadvantages. The augers seem to clog up more. I've never seen a gas-powered one with an auger. I've never seen a steel one with an auger. They make these, I've seen them in triaxle dump trucks. And obviously another advantage to this, if you're careful, because you can make a mess, these will keep the salt out of your bed. You can take them out pretty easy. They're not a big deal. And then this truck, well, it's a little dark. It's got a vibe unit, and this, you could adjust the spinner speeds and all that, and that's electric. Big advantage to an electric spreader is they're not noisy. You don't have to carry extra gas. To be totally honest with you, they seem to work better overall electrically and things like that. And they're quiet, like I said, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't get noise complaints, which on an opinion-based thing, if I show up to salt your driveway and you complain about noise, shut up. It's like I'm there to make sure you don't slip and fall, so be quiet. If you don't like the noise, don't have me come and do it. So now there's another type of spreader, and this is where I'm kind of coming up with the idea for this video. There are tailgate spreaders, and that is the cheapest option, and they're great for small parking lots, driveways, guys that don't have a need for a big spreader like that. And why I'm telling you this is because I bought one. So that is actually a fertilizer spreader for a zero turn. I paid $100 for it because I only have a few driveways. It all works. This is actually built better than ones I've seen because it's all stainless steel. So I like that a lot better. But I got a pile of scrap here. We're gonna make up a mount for that. It's a fertilizer spreader for a zero turn. I don't know if I said that. And then I'm gonna put a video up separate from this whole thing, but that came with a control box as well. So they're electric. You can get them for $600–700. They're a pretty budget friendly option if you're budget minded, just getting into it, can't justify or have the need for one of those bigger spreaders. Plus you carry a bag of salt, throw it in there, do its job. But anyway, like I said, I paid $100 for that, and we're gonna go ahead and make it work. I've got a few things I need to do modification wise, and I'll talk about that as I'm going. But I ordered an actuator, and this is how you adjust your salt metering or media. I'm gonna have to take this apart, I think, but I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how this works. All right, so this is a piece of heavy walled 2-inch tubing. It was actually, that's why it's on an angle. So this was part of a headache rack for my flatbed. So this was the top bar, but anyway, some stuff I did off camera. It had a piece right here. It was like an angle and all that. And I drilled this hole. You guys know how to do all that stuff. No point in showing you that boring crap. So what we're gonna do here, my plan is to take this angle iron and we're gonna burn it to this guy, and then we're gonna put some uprights in. And I don't know if we're gonna try to reuse these or what I'm gonna do yet, but I'll figure that out. So for right now, what I need to do is, actually I'll go a little bit wider even. So if I cut that piece at about 18 inches, that should do perfectly what I want. So let me do that, and then I got a couple ideas I think, and that I'm gonna do to make it look like somebody that knows what they're doing built this. And as you guys know, I never know what I'm doing, so I'll figure it out. Okay, got it all pretty much done. I stuck these kickers in here, and I welded in pieces from there to there. And that's just to keep this from twisting and cracking any of them welds. And then, like I said, that'll keep that from breaking here. So that part's ready to go on the truck. Well, it's got a few things that needs to happen yet. Mainly, I'm going to install an actuator there, but that'll be a part 2, I think. So anyway, this thing's ready to go on a truck. As soon as the rest of the parts get here to finish this up, I will I'll record that. I'm gonna do a little bit of change up to this. I'm gonna make, well, I just have to add that to open and close, really. So that'll pretty much be it. So if you want to see part 2, subscribe. Hey guys, so I'm missing 3 or 4 clips off of that video. They wouldn't upload for whatever reason, so I'm just not even going to bother with them. And it was all just me welding and kind of bringing you through the thought process, which now that I know that I don't have those videos, I'll kind of explain what I did. But also, I wanted to talk about kind of what my intentions with that spreader and why I did that. First and foremost, it's content. But secondly, I paid $100 for that spreader and have, with the actuator, and I'm gonna order some wire and a couple things like that. I'm in that less than $200. All the ones I was finding on Marketplace for sale were the ones that were like $100 were. They were pretty much just the hoppers. Anything more than that, and they wanted ridiculous money. They wanted $700, and most of them didn't come with a control box. The motors were burned up. The spinner paddles were broke off. Like they were not worth $700, considering you can buy one for $700, pretty much brand new. But another thing is, I can't justify spending a whole lot of money on this whole situation because I don't even know if the driveways I have are going to go for salt or calcium or any kind of ice melt. So I may have just wasted time and money, which is what it is. It's only $100, you know. If invest $100 into something and it goes somewhere, all right, cool. If it's all about justification, we'll leave it at that. So in part 2, I'm going to show you kind of the wiring and I'm going to put the actuator on there, hopefully, and hopefully that'll work out as good as it's working in my mind, but we'll see. I'll go over how I built them out, and then yeah, hopefully we'll get to use it a couple times this year, hopefully. But anyway, so that's kind of the whole point of this video is don't be afraid to modify and build things, especially if you just can't justify the 1 or 2 times you're gonna use it. A lot of guys kind of frown, just buy the tool. I get that, and if down the road, if I get to a point where I need a bed spreader or a real tailgate spreader, I'll gladly buy one. But right now, like I said, I'm pushing driveways for 2 people specifically, but there's 3 driveways. So, and then there's Rachel's parents and my parents occasionally. Hopefully being able to throw salt will kind of open a few more doors for that. So um, hopefully, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to spend too much on something that might not go anywhere. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that button. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Give me a comment. Let me know what you want to see more. Hopefully we get some more snow. If you guys want to see a snowplow video in the trucks and I kind of explain my thought process, that'll probably be a 2 separate videos too. But if you want that, I'll do one in the work truck plowing a road, and then one in my personal truck doing a driveway. Kind of show you my thought process in doing driveways and roads. So anyway, like, comment, and subscribe if you like it, and catch you on part 2.